Yo, what up, ladies and gents? Welcome to another episode of Deep Fried. We're here with our special guest, Kardiay.
Hey!
I'm here with my boy Brody.
Yo, yo, yo.
And his co-host Mufasa. We're here with a nice, fresh, hot one. We're about to create a second one right now.
We're already fried.
Oh yeah, this ain't my first deep fried episode. Don't worry.
Yo,
man.
I'm rolling fatty in the back.
Oh shit.
Should I spark up now?
Oh hell yeah. Don't wait for us. Shit. A fatty in the back is the way it should be, truthfully.
Fatty's in the back.
I don't give a fuck. She can have two fatties in the front. I'll wait. She can have one half of a fatty in the back. I'll still consider it over two. I'm sorry, man. Like, I realized, once I lost my virginity, I realized that there's no fucking tits men in the world. There's just babies. Just pussy ass niggas.
There's just men. There's just boys and real men.
Yes, thank you. I'm a tit man. He's like, you ain't never touched nobody's butt.
Exactly.
Like, not one. Like, yo, even if you think you did, that's just where they poop.
Yo, who was that telling us the other day about how we started out at ass men because we were on all fours looking at asses all day?
That's what I'm saying.
So, and then we evolved and we grew and we stood up.
People started to need titties more.
Yeah, we started looking at titties and we were like, oh shit.
I don't buy it. I mean, I don't buy it. I definitely feel like other animals know what titties do.
Yeah.
I mean, other mammals have titties. Maybe not all the time like we do, but seasonally.
Yeah, but they're getting nutrients from them titties.
Well, yeah.
And they're fawns.
They only have them seasonally. Humans have them all the time. It's like a dance.
Yo, you know who has some big ass titties? The Rock. Yo, that
huge ass titties. Jack. Absolutely smashed with titties, dude.
Yo, I have HBO and I'll be watching his baller show. You guys ever heard of that?
No.
Okay, so in the show he plays as like this money manager for like these NFL players and shit like that.
Oh shit.
It's totally based in the NFL and he's like this big ass boss who like becomes this like huge like baller pretty much.
Wow.
And like Travis Scott and like all these pop stars, like all these huge like NFL players are in it. And it was all for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was so pissed because it was like my daily show.
Oh,
and they're just bringing it back. And I think wait, what's today, Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, it comes on tonight.
Oh, he's ready.
Yeah,
How about
I need to see shit. No, but for real,
dude,
like,
I feel like he's the type of guy wearing the spaghetti strap increases his sex appeal.
No.
The only type. Anybody else just walking around in a spaghetti strap, you get arrested.
I don't
You'll
know.
be wearing pants.
Yo, he's motivational for me. I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram. But that motherfucker puts in work.
Right.
Yo, he's fucking started out pro wrestling, one of the fucking dead-end careers you could ever get into.
Mm-hmm.
No money to be made, comes out fucking superstar.
On top.
Hits the fucking Fast and Furious movies up.
Right.
Like it's fucking nothing.
Right.
Comes out in new Jumanji, fucking kills it. Yo, this...
I don't think so.
This motherfucker gets up at 4:30 every morning and works out.
Well, I do.
Oh, okay.
But not as intense as he does. It's the intensity that you do these
Yeah,
things.
you do push-ups in bed. That ain't working.
Oh, okay. I'm not on the bed when I'm doing the push-ups. I mean, hopefully.
True that.
But no, I know what you're saying. I can kind of relate. Well, not that deep, but I do agree that I've heard this man motivationally speak a few times, and it's almost like, all right, I'm gonna take his words into consideration because look what he has done in his many careers.
Because you can see Shia LaBeouf, just do it, like kind of like, oh, okay, but you know.
Well, it's kind of like
Rock has got the
is honestly
weight.
becoming more and more like that. Yeah.
No, well, I think Will Smith has got his shit together, dude.
Yo, Will Smith is the man, honestly.
Will Smith is. You ever wonder why one of his sons isn't in the limelight? So that when people wonder that, they'll figure out he's a musician.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's his older son.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you'll look into his music because you were thinking about, yo, Will Smith's got 2 sons.
Yeah.
And then, boom, he's already got you thinking about it. What is his name?
I don't even know.
Yeah, but exactly.
Who, what, his son?
Yeah.
Jaden?
No, the other one.
No, it's like an older one. He has an older son.
He exists through thought presence just by the fact
forget
that
his
his
name too.
father is Will Smith. Exactly.
He wrote that song. Well, he covered the song "Just the Two of Us" for that one.
Really? Oh shit.
He wrote that song, and he's in the song. He's in the Incoming.
Kardiay.
Yes.
When do you work out every day? If I feel like if you tell people, you have to tell people what to do. You have to work out every day.
Right.
Like if you're gonna walk the walk.
Yep.
Do you?
Yeah. Yes and no. And I say that because as of recently, meaning the last 4 to 6 months, ever since I started really heavily getting into Artemis and anti-gravity.
What's Artemis?
Artemis is the studio that you guys take anti-gravity at.
Okay, all right.
That's what it's named, Artemis, the Art of Living. And ever since I started getting into that, I'm in a hammock almost every day. And my
anti-gravity pose.
Right. And essentially I'm not going to the gym every day or actually doing a workout routine every day, but I am
You're doing somebody else's workout routine.
Strengthening and toning every day in the hammock.
Explain a little bit what aerial yoga is.
Sure. So aerial yoga is an entity of anti-gravity, which was created by Christopher Harrison. And so he's the founder of anti-gravity. He branded it. And
is it a form of yoga?
It is a form of yoga.
Okay.
They took yoga and then they made anti-gravity and they put them together because it follows a lot of yoga while being in the hammock and doing different things with the hammock. You can do a lot of yoga poses with the hammock. So I'm not quite sure who's this. But in all, it's an acrobatic sport, and it is a way of fitness, and you are performing different poses, but you're also doing different progressions to get to those poses.
Exactly.
You know?
So it's best to
So,
get stretched out. You can't just jump right in.
Yeah. I would say for someone who's like, I've never done it before, what do you recommend? Fundamentals. Because you don't want to start with suspension or air bar or, something like that and get yourself all messed up because you're not going to have a good experience with anti-gravity.
Right. I mean, it's just like anything else that's physically demanding.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't want to go in there and pull
Overwork.
something.
You don't
Exactly.
And that's the thing is a lot of people think stretching isn't anything, but you get a lot of really high up professional sports players, they get hurt within stretching and low impact training.
Yeah.
A lot more than they get hurt in high impact.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
and
a
that,
lot of people don't realize that you can fuck yourself up just stretching out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, especially if you're not hydrated.
So that's static stretching?
Yeah, your muscles aren't properly aerated.
Right.
Yeah.
When I was I took a course when I was trying to get a job through LA Fitness. They wanted you to get pretty much the basics of becoming a personal trainer. And so I did this and everything, and I learned that static stretching is actually terrible to do before you exercise. Well, before I started my fitness journey, I read somewhere on Google that you should stretch before you work out, right?
So static stretching, that is that is not holding the pose, right?
So
static stretching is holding it.
it. Yeah. So say you're laying on your back and you take your knees to your chest and you hold it there, and then you lengthen one, and something like that,
Yeah. So
and hold it.
Opposite of static stretching, though.
Fluid stretching, where you do things like reaching to the sky and then doing a burpee.
Okay, no, but there's because I heard about this too. I heard about static stretching, which is where you hold the pose, and then there's stretching where you just it's touching your toes.
Yeah, dynamic stretching.
Dynamic stretching, exactly.
Bouncing on your flexors.
And so that's what you should do before you work out.
Right.
Yeah, that's why whenever
and then static stretch after you work out.
Right. Because there was I used to work at a gym, when I was younger in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I would talk to a lot of personal trainers there. And this one trainer, Adam, I got to be really close friends with,
Mm-hmm.
and he was telling me, he's like, you want to hit the static stretch before the workout, blah blah blah, all this shit.
Right.
And I did it, but like honestly, I felt like I was tired before I even worked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was stretching out. Like it was a whole workout before I even started my cardio.
Yeah.
You know, I was sweating and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and what they call it, like, I worked with a personal trainer for a while. He was actually super dope, and we would do warm-ups. Yeah, that's what you call it. It's a warm-up, which is someone said they took the dynamic stretching out of that and just call it a warm-up. So then it lets you know, the person that they're dealing with, that, oh, I'm going to be moving while I get started. You know, versus like stretching. Oh, I just get to lay there or just do certain stuff. Like, you still have to get your heart rate up to a certain point so you can then start either strength training or burning fat or whatever you're doing, cardio, aerobic or anaerobic, whatever you're doing, you need to get your heart rate to a certain point before you start.
So for aerial yoga, do you think it would be best to have explosive muscle? Or do you think it would be better for the long burn, for the heavier muscles in your body to be toned?
I think almost just about any and everyone can do it, whether they're in shape or not. Because if they're not, they'll get in shape.
That lady who was doing it, like, she was having trouble, but when she like figured out like the suspension is about balance, it became less of a fight against her own weight and more of a fight against her, and more of a flow in her own balance. And like once she got that, and like she was doing the flips, and it was like,
right.
Cool.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's some contraindications that people need to take that are like a must avoid if you're going to invert, and that is if you're possibly pregnant, high or low blood pressure, glaucoma, recent surgeries, heart conditions, or even Botox. It's crazy. People laugh when you say that in class, but it's so serious.
No, dude, Botox is wildness.
Yeah.
One of my mentors told me that she actually, like, either witnessed or her other mentor did. Someone didn't either hear it or maybe it wasn't said. I don't know the whole exact situation, but the person did go upside down and come up, and the face was like, because it wasn't set. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not a joke.
No, I thought you were about to tell me some titties popped or something.
No. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, something might pop out. When I was up there, when you put me up and we were like really up to the ceiling, and there was like this position, it was almost as if you had one leg in the Indian position, in the Indian cross and leaves position, and one leg was in the rudder of the sail position. And that was like, all I could think was, this position was made by women.
No, it wasn't.
No, I know it wasn't, but
it wasn't.
I don't know what was he carrying. What was he carrying, man? Something. It was internal.
What the fuck is going on? No, but seriously, I feel like something that may cause people to have problems with aerial yoga is even all those things you said, but also I'm extremely inflexible in the legs because I played soccer for like 4 years of my life.
Your legs get like tight.
I didn't stretch because I was stupid. You know what I mean?
Well, you didn't know.
No, I did know, but like I was just like, fuck it, I'm young. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't do it. Yeah, and now like my legs are extremely inflexible, and some of those poses, I feel like they may have been fundamental, but because of like the extreme inflexibility of my legs, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Definitely sweat though. It's definitely workout.
Yeah.
But it's so calming at the same time.
It is. It is. It's worth it. And I'm glad you guys opened up to it, and more than once, you know.
Yeah.
So with instructing people, do you get like any naysayers? Do you get anybody who's like, oh, I quit?
Actually, just recently, I witnessed a situation where I feel like the woman should have been a little more open in her mind, and I feel like she she did it before, but she did it under another studio and another person. So she came into the situation with a predisposition. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She was already trying to leave us. We just came in.
Well, it's the funny thing is we got through half of the class, and then she got herself caught up where her arms were behind her and your shoulders go in located behind you. You know what I'm saying? And it's an awkward feeling, and some people can't do it, and that's okay. That's why, what do we say the whole time during class? Monitor your resistance.
Do what you feel comfortable.
Do what feels good to you.
Yeah.
If you don't feel comfortable, don't
Yeah,
feel
but
ashamed
that's
to
that
sit
whole
out.
mindset
Yeah.
I was talking to you about earlier. Like, people will think, oh, it's just stretching. You know
Right, right.
what I mean? Like,
They're
it's
ignorant.
not.
Dude, I just need to drink more fucking water. Honestly.
Oh, no, you're right about
I
that.
feel like if I drink water, like, it just changes my ability. I want to work out, like, more. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm, like, wiling out and I'm dehydrated, I feel like death.
Yeah.
I feel like there's nothing stopping me from immediately, like, losing consciousness and that being the end of my life. And honestly, water break.
Yeah.
Water is life. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah. It's
Honestly.
literally one of the most important things ever.
So is coffee.
One of the most.
Yeah.
On a list of 5, it's number 1.
Yeah, speaking of which, alright, so me and him, we're doing this thing, Sober October, and it's literally the whole month of October. We'll just be getting back from our trip. No weed, no booze,
No caffeine.
no caffeine,
No nicotine.
no nicotine.
No nothing.
Wow.
Working out every day.
Almost every day.
Yep.
I'm going to be working out 5 days a week with my separate days 4 and 3 days away.
Well, you need rest days regardless.
Yeah.
3 and 4 days apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get a fucking tolerance break and fucking chill out for a little bit and just recoup.
Right, right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, get back to earth a little bit.
Right, after the trip. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
And then take another step on that ladder.
Right.
I'm about to bounce back in the hospital. He's about to do whatever the fuck he normally does, excuse me.
No, but seriously, it's good to get like a little bit. It saves you money.
It saves me time. Honestly, I should be doing it now, but you know what?
Yeah.
That's the reason why they make it Sober October. Be ready for the beard too. This winter, dude. I'm super hyped now that I'm an adult. No
You
shave
think
November.
you can grow a beard?
I can grow a beard. Dude, oh my gosh, hang on. I really can.
I mean, I don't got room to talk.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think that I'm not that confident in your beard skills. We'll see though.
Nah, you think I can't, dude? Bad.
I
Bad.
feel like you can't get a solid beard until you're 30.
Nah, dude, bad. I can make it look crispy.
That's what I'm saying. How old is your boy?
He'll be 39 at the end of this.
Exactly.
year.
Does
It's
he have-
genetic.
Does he? Yeah, it is. But
You seen my
does
dad's
he have a full
beard?
beard? Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Does he?
yeah, he has like all this and the mustache.
Does he have it like on the cheeks?
Yeah.
Like, right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
You see, what I'm
He's
trying to
rugged.
think about. What I'm trying to think about is you're telling me that if I'm gonna get this shit greased. I'm about to get this shit looking curved. I know a guy.
You're gonna put grease in your beard?
No, listen the fuck up.
Oh.
I'm gonna.
I was like, you're like, I'm gonna get this shit greased.
I know
was like,
I know
yo,
a barber in the city.
That's why.
I know a barber in the city. Shout out to Elgin.
Hey,
And he is grease. He's gonna help me out with this beard. I told him, I was like, yo, I'm ready to start. Because Josh was telling me, he's like, yo, shave, come back,
yeah.
we'll get a trim. And I can never get close enough. I'm always like halfway. And I'm like, no, because I'm not good at wet shaving.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you do. You're good at wet shaving. But I'm not. I'm fucking...
I mean, how often do you shave, Ariel? You shave your legs, right?
Yeah.
And your pits.
Yeah.
I shave my pits once a month. And I shave my face once a week, if I really remember.
I don't know. Like, I'm due for a shave now. Like, I just like look at my body and it tells me when I need to. I'm not like an everyday.
Not like a routine.
Yeah, no.
Dude, it sucks.
Like, routine and Ariel don't go together.
I
Really? I see you out here with the weekly planner though.
Yeah, you know,
well,
it's
you know
weird.
what?
It's weird. Like I'm
That's why.
a type A sometimes.
Or
When
what do you mean type A?
type A is like
You're
a
talking
plan.
like personality test.
Yeah, something like that. It's like, you know, when you need to know times and you need to plan things ahead of time. It's
Right.
like when it comes to like Artemis and like you know, planning things with
Well, that's
making
your career, right?
dates. Yeah, but even
Okay.
just like it's odd because, you know, see people are like, well, you know, we were planning like we need to get a schedule going for 2020, so let us know dates and stuff. And I'm like,
2020.
I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
No,
dude.
no,
I
feel
I'm
you
always
though.
ready for that.
I feel like it's a little bit the age
2020 is
because
Japan.
we're like at the point where we could very close to be at the point where we're like planning out years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I could see myself in like the next 3 years being like, all right, yeah, I probably know what I'm doing in a year from now.
Right.
But like right now, I barely know what I'm doing in the next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the only reason I know I'm doing something a while from now is because I've spent money on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, dude, for real. Dude, we're about to be on this business for 2 straight weeks. 2 straight weeks
I'm
of the
good.
deepest,
Yo, you
most
smoked
fried
out?
adventure.
Right now, like a break. Is there like a timeout?
Yo.
Oh shit! Yo, all right, Cardi.
Oh, is
But
it-
Cardi, wait. You seriously smoked me down for years. At least 6 good years of blowing my lungs out. And you got one of my lungs and you were coughing out. Oh, I'm
All right.
You got some coffee right
Oh,
there.
the I was once the student, but now I am the master.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, she's like,
Hell no.
I think so.
Don't mess with the lion. She will roar.
You're talking to Mufasa here. Don't. I understand. I'm just saying.
I am the queen.
Dude, I know. I'm just.
Mufasa, you know, he dead though.
Yeah,
You know, he R.I.P. to the king, but the queen still stands.
Yo,
stop it.
Yo, she got you. Straight up. You know who else did? My boy Jeffrey. Yo, and
Something wrong.
No,
I hold my
RIP.
head.
No R.I.P. to him though. For real.
A scumbag gone.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein dead.
There, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What's wrong is that nigga suicided.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, yeah, that's the thing, dude. I've seen way too many things of this motherfucker with important ass people.
Both sides, every type.
Every side.
Yeah, he's both every side.
Yeah.
There's more than 2 here? Excuse me. There's
sides
more than 1 here?
There's sides we don't know about.
There's more than 1 here?
Hell yeah. All right, you.
Anyway, you've been holding that thing for like 10 minutes
I'm trying
anyway.
to push it to
It's
you, and
probably out.
you're like, oh, I'm good.
No, that was him.
I definitely think, dude, all right.
Him and I have been passing it back even before I
I
tried
can't
to
get
tap
enough
out.
of expressing this, man. Every single Democrat on the roster right now, except for plausibly Bernie Sanders, plausibly is a
He's a liberal.
Is a
wanna
monstrous,
hear this
murderous pedophile.
I don't want to hear this shit, yo. I'm
Uh,
tired of hearing this Bernie Sanders fucking.
I mean,
bullshit.
that's what I'm saying.
but Bernie's a liberal.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying. Wait, what I'm saying
Yeah, but he's
is
in
the
the
war
Democratic
machine
Party.
is going to chug. Nobody is out there preaching peace. They're all talking about
Bernie always preaches peace.
Well, then we'll see.
Do you listen to the man?
I'm listening.
You know,
But
everybody's, listen, I don't really want to get too far into politics because,
Let's get it. No, I'm
it-
down. This is what
it's
this
a
is for.
sore subject, and not because we can't talk about it and,
No, we
and
can
politely
fucking-
debate. It's because it just is a sore subject.
Dude, that's the
You
problem.
know what I mean?
Nobody
And-
sits down and
It's
gets
not-
deep
it's
about
not-
this
Yeah,
shit.
it's not really like anything's gonna get resolved. You know?
Right, like we sit here and we discuss all these things that actually matter, but I don't even, you know what I mean? But anyway, Bernie, he always tries, and everybody says, that old man, he's old and he's weak and he blah, blah, blah. But I swear, like, it's been like, what now, 5 years now, that man's still going on about we need free healthcare for everybody.
Yeah.
He never gives up. He's consistent.
Trust me.
And if you look back at Bernie Sanders in the last 5 years, he is consistent.
He is. That's why I spec him out. That's why I spec'd him out and said, hey, plausibly not. I mean, there's still a plausible deniability that he may or may not be part of it, but every single one of them bastards literally eats children for dinner, like, casually. And the Republicans, they don't even have blood. Yeah. They are lizards with oil in their veins, and they need it to survive. We use it for our cars, but they need to actually survive, and it's a plausible. It's not a us against them. It's not a us against the Earth to get our cars. It's the like aliens against us, trying to use our natural resources for biofuel, because they are holding out on that oil.
Double fisted.
Shit. Yo, honestly, let's each take a double round of a double shotty. You go first. It's perfect. Yeah, honestly, they burned. Okay, you know how we lit one before the other?
Yeah.
Right now they're at the same.
Well, that's because they keep going out.
Yeah, I know, but that's crazy how it works. Yeah, but same. Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You're next. It was your idea.
All right, I'll hit next. I'm not scared.
Are you ambidextrous or are you left-handed?
I am ambidextrous, kind of. I mean, my left hand.
Oh, damn.
Oh, you always. I always forget that.
I expected you were going to do your right. Nice. Good catch. Oh, shit.
All right.
Unless you want to double hit it.
I mean, that's what I was gonna do.
I'll go for it.
Double shotty.
Oh wow. My God. So, you know what? Nowadays, like, in 2019, people really go too back and forth on their sexuality.
Really?
Like a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I feel you.
Because, like, don't get me wrong. Everybody's a teenager. Everybody who excusably is allowed to watch this show is either a teenager or an adult. And they understand that sometimes you think fucking gay ass thoughts, but you're inherently straight. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I can admit that, dude. Yeah, fucking. I've seen a butt, and I'm like, please be a girl, and I'm like, oh, it is. Thank God. I was about to be like gay for that shit. And you know what I mean? And you're like, damn, bitch, she's got some shoulders. You know what I mean? But like. Sometimes it's like a lot more serious than just me like looking at somebody and thinking they're attractive as a guy or attractive as a girl. It's like I don't know, actually feeling one way for an entire section of your life, and you're like, dude, maybe like Elton John's this shit. Like have a whole 2 kids and be like, you know what? Maybe I'm not gay. And maybe I'm not straight. Maybe I'm not. And then they try it the other way and they're like, man, I should have told my wife I was fucking the drummer years ago. Like,
yeah,
nice. You were staying on this shit, dude.
Dope.
You have a Cruella DeVille. Oh my gosh, I have never thought to put a straw on the tip of a...
you were talking about fucking the drummer?
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Elton John fucked his drummer. And he became, like, I'm assuming his wife found out, and they just became, like, husband and husband. Which I think is possible.
Yo, honestly, about to wrap this fucking episode up.
I'm about to try that shit out. That's fucking wild.
Yo, we're high as fuck. I hope you guys enjoyed the content with my girl fucking Kardiay.
Yes, later, dogs.
Thank you.
My boy Mufasa.
Hey.
We're peacing out.
Hey, stay friendly, stay safe.
And stay skinny.
Follow.